Hi, I'm Megan. Welcome to today's live reading of The Sun Never Dies by A.R. Hadley, presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Join me. Part 1, The Girl Who Came In from the Cold. Chapter 1. The sky is dark. The air is cold, but Beth is warm inside the building on this October evening in Chelsea, even though she's no longer wearing her winter coat. Her work for the night is finished, yet her friend Marianne insisted she stay. What Beth truly wanted was to be in her warm hotel suite, alone. Instead, Beth is people watching. Spectators are drinking and admiring the art, but Beth is sober. And she's seen the art. It's not her taste, but Marianne owns the gallery, and Beth took this design job because a friend needed her and because Beth needed the money. Marianne is also bossy. And it's her friend's sharp tongue and shrill voice that causes Beth's ears to perk up. Her eyes follow the sound, noting where Marianne is now conversing with a tall, slender young man who appears to be no older than 24 or 5. Beth can hear every word exchanged. You can't take pictures of the pieces. The man with the camera and Montana sky blue eyes pauses to observe Beth's friend, and then he looks back at the large canvas on the wall. It's an abstract. Beth loathes it. Are you a journalist? Marianne asks. No. He lowers the camera. Then you can't take photos. Beth smirks, turns her attention to the way the warm lights from above illuminate the flooring. Then she decides to walk the floor for the third time tonight. Only Happy When It Rains plays over the speakers as she strolls, and Beth finds herself checking her watch more frequently than before while mindlessly caressing one of the buttons on her cream cardigan, the last button in a row of buttons on the garment. The same button she's toyed with most of the night, the thing now in danger of falling off, as it's hanging by a thread. A few minutes later, Marianne corners her and says, You never wear your hair down anymore. Beth pushes a few of the wispy strands off her forehead. The way it frames your face like that, Marianne touches some of the pieces too, of hair, not art. It looks nice. You should wear it down more often. Beth glances around, her cheeks flushing. Must be why that boy keeps looking at you. Marian nods in the direction of the man with the camera. He's now eyeing a different abstract, just as large, just as ugly. Do you know him? Who? Beth clears her throat while attempting not to look his way. That guy over there with the camera, the redhead. He's been staring at you. I thought maybe you knew him. I've been with you practically every second since I've arrived, and you think I know some 20-something stranger in your gallery? Beth grabs the button, squeezes it in her palm. He is strange, Marianne adds, with no expression on her face. Chapter 2. Sometime later, Beth finds herself at his side. The man's blue eyes remain fixed on the wall, glued to an abstract not much different than the one he was caught trying to photograph earlier. The faint smell of obsession clinging to the clothes of a passerby wafts up her nose, reminding her of something from the past, or maybe only from a magazine. And now Radiohead plays from the speakers, a song she's too old to know, but does because the lyrics are haunting. What feels like several minutes pass, but in fact it's only been seconds, when Beth finally utters, Why have you been staring at me? As she fingers the hollow in her throat. Turning his head toward her, he smiles, blinks, and then answers, Because you're beautiful. With the most neutral but veritable tone she's ever heard. His attention goes back to the art. Beth guffaws. She snorts even. That's quite a line? Yes. She stands there like she doesn't know what to do with herself or her hands. He is holding a camera, still eyeing the canvas, and she's very aware a 46-year-old woman should not be stroking a button or her throat. What's your name? Beth. Why do you wear such long skirts, Beth? He asks, barely giving her a once-over. Her fingers find the wool material. A moment, her chestnut hair cascading around her face as she lowers her head to do so. The length doesn't flatter you. It's unattractive. Now she inhales loudly and stares at his profile until he turns his entire body toward her. They stand face to face. He smiles again. She flinches while trying to hold her ground. Do you find that more believable? She blinks up at him. That line, that your clothes are unattractive, is it easier to believe a lie you've told yourself than it is to believe I told the truth when I said you're beautiful? Yes. Why? Because I'm a realist and you are a twin. Someone interrupts them. a person asking to use the restroom. Beth leads the way while the man with the camera moves about the room. Chapter 3. It's not because you're a realist. He sidles up next to her, leans against the same wall she has been resting upon for a while now, in a back part of the large room. His camera hangs by a strap off his left shoulder. Are you a photographer? She eyes the contraption. No. A man with a camera who's not a photographer, and a woman in a long skirt who's not a realist. She makes a humph sound. Then what am I? A cynic. She laughs. You don't deny it? No, she grins. You know the woman who chastised me earlier? Marianne? Yes, she's my friend. She's old. Nice. She stands tall and folds her arms across her chest. I thought the realist in you might like that comment. You know, the truth and all that. She's only a few years older than me. She wears her age. But for your skirt, he peers down at it, you look nothing like her. How old do you think I am? 39. That's right. Her eyes light up, causing the speckles of gold surrounding the brown to become more pronounced. She drops her hands to her sides. I've been that age for the last 7 years. He laughs. Do you have friends around here? Not here, he glances around the gallery, but in the city, yeah. Standing tall off the wall, he faces her fully and sticks out his palm. I'm Liam. She places her hand in his, her smile wider than before. I'm Beth. I know. Oh, right. She releases his hand and pulls a wisp of chestnut hair from her mouth. Short for Elizabeth? Yes. You're beautiful like her, too. Beth swallows, her eyes darting back and forth. No one is beautiful like her. They stare at one another for much longer, then Beth catches sight of Mary Ann off in the distance, flagging her over. Liam looks over his shoulder. I have to. Yeah. He nods and watches her disappear into the throngs. Chapter 4. Where did that strange boy go? Mary Ann asks several minutes later as the two women move to the side of one of the displays. He's not a boy, Beth replies, with a little too much conviction, with that same scoff in her tone. Beth never realized how much she scoffed. Perhaps she is a cynic masquerading as a realist, or perhaps those labels are one and the same. He's not a man, Marianne laughs, then takes a sip of water. Like you haven't had your share of. Beth waves a hand out in front of her body. Younger men? Yeah. Then you do want to fuck him. Beth shrugs, looks down at her long skirt and sighs. Fool in the Rain now plays, a song she is much more familiar with. You should. Marianne sounds triumphant. Looks it too. I don't even know him. Exactly. The women's eyes meet, then they burst into laughter. I'm going to head back to my room. Okay. Marianne fixes Beth's wispy hair some. Lunch tomorrow, BB? She checks her Rolex. Yeah. Chapter 5. Beth waits for a cab outside the gallery, a scarf wrapped around her neck, a coat pulled tightly about her frame, and a shiver running through her from head to foot. It's not that cold tonight. Liam takes his place beside her. No coat, only a light jacket and that toothy grin. She glances at him out of her periphery. I like warm climates. I like warm beds. He gazes straight ahead. Beth fidgets, raises her hand, and then a cab pulls up. Liam opens her door, but before she steps inside the car, she tilts her head to the side, inviting him to join her. You're only a few blocks from here, Liam says after Beth has given the address to the driver. I told you, I don't like the cold. He eyes her gloved hands. No, you said you liked being warm. Same thing. Always say what you mean, Beth. You're so strange. She looks out the window, barely aware she mumbled her most private thoughts aloud. Then why did you invite me to share your cab? She pulls the scarf tighter. When she tries to swallow, the lump in her throat prevents it from being easy. He attempts to take her gloved hand, but she removes it from his grasp. I think you're the odd one, he says as the cab pulls up to her hotel. I'll pay the fare, he adds when she opens the door. Thank you. She glances down at him from where she stands on the curb, holding part of the door frame. Where are you headed? Not sure. I'm here one more night, she says. After tonight, I mean. The driver clears his throat. Liam and Beth continue staring at one another. Well, as she looks away, her throat bobs. Good night, then. Please, she blinks, meeting his gaze again. Don't make this harder for me. I tried to hold your hand, and I'm trying to ask you up. Oh, he laughs and takes out his wallet and pays the driver. During the ride up the elevator, they both eye the ceiling, the numbers on the glossy buttons, and then the floor until Beth finally blows out a breath and admits, I've never done anything like this before. Like what? Another nervous breath escapes as she glares at him. How old are you? 23, he grins. Then I've definitely never done anything like this before. She smiles too. This time, when he reaches for her hand, she lets him hold it. They don't let go until they reach her floor. Are you visiting the city too, or do you live here? Beth removes her scarf the second they enter the suite. She switches on a lamp. Visiting. Where's your hotel? I'm in a hostel. It's up on... What? She wrinkles her nose. I think you should go get your things and stay here. I am going to stay here. He eyeballs her. I don't need my things. I don't want you to stay in a place like that. Are you telling me how I should travel? Yes. She removes her gloves and coat and then takes a seat on the ottoman at the foot of the bed. Liam smiles, sets his camera down, and joins her. Her boots come off next. You are so beautiful, he says, his fingers finding the hem of her long skirt, his eyes following the appearance of her legs as he slowly moves the material toward her waist. She grins and bats him away. But he resumes the motion, his skin lightly touching hers as he drags the skirt upward. The moment he reaches her thighs, their eyes lock. I will stay her. I will stay here. He peers down at the goosebumps cemented on her quads, and then looks into her eyes. And fuck you. And then I think I will go back to my sad little room. She stands swiftly, faces the window, and crosses her arms over her chest. He laughs under his breath. You're a mother, aren't you, Beth? She looks over her shoulder, eyes narrowed, and glares at him. I don't need a mother tonight. He stands, running a thumb down the underside of his silver tie. Do you have one? Yes. He grabs his camera and glances out the window. I should go. She nods, swallows, and then watches him move toward the door. Before he takes his leave, though, something catches his eye. A button, on the floor, twinkling in the lamplight. A large cream button, all by itself and off to the side. Picking it up, he runs the seashell between his fingers and then looks back at her. She's gazing out the window again, fingering the next button up in the row from the bottom, barely aware she's lost one. Nor is she aware of his stare or his find. Liam pockets the memento and leaves.